Get ready for the dictation in 3, 2, 1, start. This application has been filed by the plaintiffs seeking a direction to be given to the defendant to produce and make specific and general discovery of documents. Stop. It is stated that the defendant has already filed photocopies of some documents with the written statement, and orders have been passed by this court on 18th July 2008 directing the defendant to produce the above said documents. Stop. The defendant, in compliance with the order, supplied some copies of the documents but did not supply the rest. Stop. The plaintiffs also sent a letter dated 12th August 2008 to the defendant for supply of the documents sought with a list of the same along with the copies filed by it. Stop. The plaintiffs in their application have sought the recovery of the documents. Stop. In reply, the defendant submits that order dated 25th April 2007 directed the defendant to produce the statement of account of the bank account being maintained by the defendant with Bank of Baroda, New Friends, New Delhi 65 for the period from. Stop. It is further stated in the reply that this court also directed the defendant to file the photocopies of the documents available with the defendant with respect to correspondence of the defendant with L and DO in relation to the suit property. Stop. It is further stated that in view of the compliance of the orders of this court by the defendant, nothing in fact survives in the present application. Stop. Copies of the statement of account and correspondence with L and DO are already on record. Stop. Para. Learned counsel for the plaintiffs made a statement before the court that in compliance of orders, counsel for the defendant has handed over almost all the documents sought by the plaintiffs except a few. The defendant sought 3 weeks' time to furnish the remaining documents sought by the plaintiffs if the same are in the power and possession of the defendant. Stop. Thereafter, the defendant was given further time to comply with the orders dated 18th July 2008. Stop. Despite orders and letters issued by the plaintiffs to the defendant, the remaining documents were not filed. Stop. The plaintiffs prayed for striking out the defense of the defendant in view of the fact that the defendant has not filed all the documents and the affidavit in the prescribed form deliberately with malified intentions. Stop. This court directed the defendant to file the relevant documents as referred by the plaintiffs in the application along with an affidavit in the form prescribed in CPC. Stop. Para. This application was filed by the defendant under section 151 CPC for modification of the order dated 14th November 2008. Stop. It is stated by the counsel for the defendant that he appeared for the first time in this matter and was not able to assist the court. Stop. Due to personal difficulties, he sought further time from the joint registrar for filling the reply to the application filled by the plaintiffs. Stop. In reply, the learned counsel for the plaintiffs submits that 1A was filed after repeated orders to the defendant to produce and file the relevant documents. Stop. It is stated that the plaintiff's advocate also communicated to the defendant to file the documents but without any response. Stop. The plaintiffs, on the other hand, urged that the defendant deliberately did not file the copies of the bank account with ICICI Bank which would allegedly show movement and parking of the money paid by the plaintiffs to L and DO for the property in suit. Stop. The law relating to discovery of the documents under the provision of Order 11 of the Code of Civil Procedure is pretty settled. Stop. Thank you.